Don't look at my legs. The words exploded out of Madison Reed's mouth before she could stop them, sharp and panicked, slicing through the quiet of the 41st floor like broken glass. The janitor in the navy uniform froze in the doorway of her corner office, trash bag dangling from one gloved hand, eyes wide. I'm sorry, ma'am, he stammered. I didn't know anyone was still here. I'll come back later. He started to back out, shoulders hunched like he was expecting to be hit. But for half a second, as the light from the hallway caught his face, Madison's breath snagged. Those eyes. Dark, steady, impossible to forget. It couldn't be. Not here. Not after 12 years. If you've ever said something harsh to the wrong person on the wrong day, if you've ever carried a wound so deep that one careless glance could rip it open, you're already inside this story. And if you love emotional, movie-like stories where one single moment flips an entire life upside down, hit subscribe to Extraordinary Stories right now, tap the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss what comes next. Because the man Madison just yelled at was not just a janitor. He was the ghost of a love she'd buried, and he was holding the secret that could save, or destroy, her entire career. The office of Reed & Cole Architects glowed dimly behind Madison, all glass and steel and awards in heavy frames. Outside the window, Manhattan glittered against the night, the Hudson River a dark ribbon below. Madison stood there, heart pounding, hands clutching the hem of her short black skirt, the one her business partner had mocked that morning. "Relax, Maddie," Victor Cole had said, smirking as he leaned against her desk, eyes sliding down her legs. "You want the board to take you seriously? Maybe dress like a real CEO, not like an assistant trying to trend on Instagram?" She'd laughed it off then, cheeks burning. Now, alone in the office after midnight, she wasn't laughing. At 33, she was the youngest CEO in the history of the firm, a woman who'd clawed her way up from nothing. Yet one comment about her clothes, and suddenly she was 21 again, standing in front of a review board, being told she didn't look like leadership. The uniformed man in the doorway cleared his throat. "I'm really sorry, Ms. Reed," he said. "I wasn't looking at... I was just checking if the room was empty. I'll go." He turned to leave. Something in Madison jolted. "Wait," she said. He stopped. For a heartbeat, neither of them moved. "Do I know you?" she asked slowly. He kept his face angled just out of the light. "No, ma'am," he said quickly. "Just the night crew. I'll, get the hallway instead." And then he was gone, the cartwheels squeaking down the corridor. Madison sank into her leather chair, fingers still twisted in the fabric of her skirt. "Get it together, Reed," she muttered. Her phone buzzed on the desk. "Julia, so, Victor called an emergency board meeting for 8 a.m. tomorrow. Says he has serious concerns about your leadership." Madison stared at the message until the words blurred. "Perfect," she whispered. "Just perfect." Somewhere 12 floors below, in a supply closet that smelled like bleach and metal shelves, the janitor pressed his forehead to the cool wall and tried to steady his breathing. 12 years, he said into the dark, and she didn't recognize me. His badge read, Ethan Blake, Facilities. But that wasn't the name she had once whispered into his ear at 2 a.m. in a cramped studio apartment. That name, Ethan Hall, had been buried along with his father's reputation, under headlines that screamed about fraud, bribery, and ruined skyscrapers. Ethan pulled an old phone from his pocket and tapped the screen, awake. There they were, 2 kids in hoodies, standing in front of their senior project at Columbia's architecture school, grinning like they owned the world. Madison's eyes bright with exhaustion and triumph, his arm slung around her shoulders. "I'll protect you," he whispered to the pixels, "even if you never know it's me." 3 hours later, Madison sat in her car in the underground garage beneath the tower, the dashboard clock ticking toward 3 a.m. Her laptop glowed in the dark. An anonymous email was open on the screen. Subject, The Truth About Victor Cole. From No Reply Secure Mail, her fingers trembled as she clicked the attachment. Dozens of scanned documents appeared. Internal emails, bank transfers, contract amendments. At the top, in bold, Hudson Pier redevelopment, cost overruns, shell companies, inspector payments. Madison read aloud, heart hammering. Overruns inflated by 300%. Payments to Harborview Holdings, Delaware. No staff, no office. City inspector on payroll. Her stomach flipped. "Oh my God," she whispered. "He's stealing. He's been bleeding the company for months." She checked the file's metadata, printed on a Reed and Cole copier. 35 minutes ago. One floor above the lobby. Someone inside the building had sent this. Someone with access to the files, and the courage to take a huge risk. She shut the laptop and stared up at the tower stabbing into the sky. "Who are you?" she whispered. "And what are you trying to pull me into?" At 8 a.m., the Reed and Cole boardroom felt colder than the air conditioning. Victor sat at the head of the glossy table, tie perfect, smile sharp as a knife. The board members, gray-haired men in suits, one woman with steel-framed glasses, watched Madison with politely blank faces. "So," Victor said, clasping his hands, "let's talk about leadership." "Yes," Madison replied, sliding her laptop open. "Let's." He blinked at her tone. "I've received multiple complaints," he went on. "Staff feel you're impulsive, emotional, distracted. You roll into meetings in miniskirts and sneakers." "Funny you mention distractions," she cut in, voice cool. "Because I've been distracted by a few accounting anomalies." She tapped a key. The wall screen behind her lit up with the first page of the anonymous file. Numbers, wire transfers, Victor's name. The smile slid off his face. "What is this?" he demanded. "The reason you called this meeting," Madison said. "We are talking about leadership, after all. These are records of you routing millions of dollars from our Hudson Pier project into shell companies you control. Overbilling the city, paying off inspectors. Am I missing anything?" "This is ridiculous," he snapped. "Where did you get that?" "From someone who clearly cares more about this firm than you do," she said. "Someone who actually believes in ethics." Victor slammed his fist on the table. "This is fabricated," he hissed. "A stunt to cover your own incompetence." "Is it?" Madison asked softly. "Then why do the transfer dates line up exactly with city payment releases? Why do the shell companies share a mailing address with your private LLC?" The room murmured. Victor's eyes burned. "This isn't over," he said quietly. "You think you can do this to me? I will destroy you, Madison. You have no idea who you're playing with." He stood abruptly. "This meeting is over," he said. "Enjoy your victory lap. It won't last." When the door slammed behind him, Madison's legs went weak. "You just started a war," Julia whispered as they left the room. "I didn't start it," Madison said. "I'm just finally willing to fight." That night, Madison stayed late, digging deeper into the files, tracing patterns, mapping out a case against Victor. At 11, a soft knock came at her office door. She looked up, expecting Julia. Instead, she saw navy blue. The janitor stood there, cap in his hands, gaze wary. "Ms. Reed?" he said. "Do you have a minute?" Her pulse jumped. "Come in," she said. "Close the door." He did, carefully. "Is it you?" she blurted. "Are you the one sending those documents?" For a second, something like panic flashed across his face. "Why would you think that?" he asked. "Because they're from inside the building," she said. "Middle of the night. Access to the executive floor. That narrows it down." He was quiet. "Why are you helping me?" she pressed. "What do you want in return?" He lifted his head then, fully, and the office light finally hit his face. Madison's breath caught. The beard was new. The lines around his eyes were deeper. But those eyes... "Ethan," she whispered. The name fell out of her like it had been waiting years. He swallowed. "My name on the badge is Ethan Blake," he said. "But yeah, it's me." The room tilted. "No," she said. "No, you vanished. 12 years ago, after your dad got arrested. You stopped answering my calls. You disappeared." "I had to," he said quietly. "I didn't want to drag you down." Fury and grief rose in her like a storm. You didn't want to drag me down? She repeated. You were my best friend, my boyfriend. We were designing a future together, and you just erased yourself. I thought I was protecting you, he said. My father's name was poison. The Hall family went from respected to radioactive overnight. I knew if you stayed close, you'd go down with us. You don't get to decide that for me, she said, voice shaking. You don't get to choose my pain level and ghost me in the name of love. I know, he whispered. I regret it every day. She stared at him, chest heaving. So what now? She demanded. You show up 12 years later as the night janitor in my building and start sending me evidence that my partner is a criminal? What's your game, Ethan? He reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded, worn photo. It was them at 21, in front of their model of a community center, arms wrapped around each other, faces lit with a kind of hope she barely remembered feeling. I've kept this with me, he said, voice rough. Every single day. Her eyes blurred. When my dad went to prison, he went on, I learned the truth. He was framed, set up by another firm that wanted his contracts. The man behind it was Edward Cole. Victor's father, she whispered. He nodded. Your partner learned from the best, Ethan said. He's been running the same playbook, different city, same scheme. I spent years tracking the paper trail. When I realized Reed and Cole was the new front, and that you were Reed, he broke off, swallowing. I took the job here, he finished. Night shift meant access without questions. I knew if I could get you the proof, you'd know what to do with it. You could have just come to me, she said, voice cracking. Said, hey, it's me, Ethan, not dead. I was afraid you'd slam the door in my face, he admitted. So I decided to help first, if I could fix even a fraction of what my family lost, what I cost you. He trailed off. Madison stared at him. Do you want something in return? She asked slowly. Money? A promotion? My silence? His eyes filled. I don't want anything, he said, except to make sure you don't end up like my dad, destroyed by men like the Coles. I couldn't save him. Maybe I can help save you. The anger in her chest cracked. You idiot, she whispered, tears spilling over. You left me alone for 12 years thinking you were dead, and you're still worried about protecting me. I'm sorry, he said. I know sorry isn't enough. She looked away quickly, wiping her cheeks. Then help me finish this, she said. Help me bring Victor down, and then maybe we can talk about the rest. His shoulders sagged with relief. That's more than I deserve, he said. For the next 2 weeks, their lives became a dangerous dance between daylight and midnight. By day, Madison played the calm, composed CEO, acting like Victor's threats hadn't rattled her, quietly shoring up support on the board. By night, Ethan moved like a shadow through the building, copying contracts, photographing ledgers, downloading server backups under the nose of a complacent security system. Look at this, he said one night at 2 a.m., pointing to the screen in her office. Madison leaned over his shoulder, close enough to smell the cheap soap on his skin, instead of the cologne she remembered. Harborview Holdings, Harborview Consulting, Harborview Logistics, shell after shell, layering over each other like armor. All routes back to Victor, Ethan said. And look at the dates. Every time he pushes for a new cost overrun, one of these gets a fat deposit. That bastard, Madison whispered. He's been stealing from the city, from our firm, from everyone. Issa, he began, using the old nickname and catching himself. Maddie, we have to be careful. Victor's not dumb. If he realizes we're digging, he'll hit back. I'm not that naive girl from school anymore, she said, pulling back. I know what I'm doing. He dropped his gaze. I didn't mean... Yes, you did, she said. You meant to protect me. Again. Her voice softened. But this time, we protect each other. Clear? He met her eyes and nodded. Clear, he said. The hit came faster than either of them expected. Madison was halfway through a late-night takeout dinner at her desk when her phone buzzed. Julia, turn on the news, right now. Madison clicked open a browser tab. Her own face filled the screen. Grainy photos of her and Ethan in her office, leaning close over a computer, his hand on the back of her chair, her fingers brushing his arm. Her stomach dropped. "Oh my God," she whispered. Ethan, standing behind her, went pale. "Victor," he said. "He must have had someone tailing us." The phone rang again. Unknown number. Madison answered with numb fingers. "Ms. Reed," Victor's silky voice said. "Rough night? What do you want?" she asked. "Simple," he said. "Your resignation on my desk by 9 a.m. tomorrow. No press conference, no fuss. You walk away quietly, I bury the rest of the photos." "And if I don't?" she asked. "Then tomorrow's headlines get uglier," he said. "We go from inappropriate relationship to corrupt CEO conspiring with the disgraced son of convicted fraudster Daniel Hall. Imagine the click-through rates." Her blood ran cold. "You leave him out of this," she said. "Oh, you didn't know?" Victor purred. "I'm very good at research. Ethan Blake doesn't exist before 5 years ago. But Ethan Hall, now that name I remember. The son of the man my father put in prison. It would make such a juicy twist, don't you think? Fallen dynasty sneaks back into architecture under false name." Madison's jaw clenched. "Go to hell," she said. He chuckled and hung up. Ethan stared at her. "You shouldn't have done that," he said. "He will destroy you." "He might," she said. "But I'm done living scared. I'm done letting men like him decide what I'm allowed to keep quiet about. Your career? Your reputation? My reputation is already on fire," she snapped. "Might as well burn the right things down." She took a breath, steadied herself. "We take the evidence to the board tomorrow," she said. "All of it, and we don't go alone." "Who else?" Ethan asked. "William Price," she said. "My mentor. He was on the city review panel when your dad's case blew up. If anybody knows what really happened 12 years ago, it's him. If Victor's holding something over him, we'll find out." "That's dangerous," Ethan warned. "If Price is compromised, then we'll know exactly how deep this rot goes," Madison said, "and we'll rip it out." At 10 that night, they stood on the porch of a brownstone in Brooklyn Heights. William Price answered the door in sweatpants and a worn college hoodie, gray hair mussed, expression going from confused to wary as he took them in. "Madison?" he said. "What on earth?" "Professor Price," Ethan said quietly. "My name is Ethan Hall, Daniel Hall's son." The color drained from the older man's face. This is a bad idea," he whispered. "You shouldn't have come here." "We're not leaving," Madison said. "Not until you tell us what really happened 12 years ago." They sat in his cluttered living room, framed blueprints lining the walls like ghosts. "I can't," Price said, voice shaking. "You don't understand. They threatened my family. They said—" "Who?" Ethan demanded. "Who threatened you?" Price shut his eyes. "Edward Cole," he said at last. "Victor's father. He wanted the harborfront contracts your father had won. When Daniel refused to play along, Edward fabricated evidence, paid off inspectors, bought witnesses. I knew the numbers didn't add up. I saw reports go missing." "And you said nothing," Ethan said, voice cracking. "I had 2 little kids," Price whispered. "A mortgage. A career that would evaporate if I crossed him. Edward told me if I spoke, he'd make sure I never worked again, and that my wife's medical records would get lost at the worst possible moment." "So you stayed silent," Madison said, tears burning her eyes. "And Ethan's dad went to prison." "And died there," Ethan said. Price covered his face with his hands. "I know," he said hoarsely. "I've carried it every day since. I told myself I had no choice, that I was protecting my family. But it was cowardice, plain and simple." Madison leaned forward. "You have a choice now," she said. "Victor is doing the same thing his father did. We have proof. We need you to go with us tomorrow and tell the board what you just told us. On the record." Price looked between them, haunted. "He'll ruin me," he whispered. "Even from jail, Edward still—" "He's already ruined enough people," Ethan said. "My father, my family. Madison's career, if we let this stand." Are you really okay dying with this secret still yours? The old man's shoulders sagged. No, he said finally. No, I'm not. He met Ethan's eyes. I should have protected your father, he said. I didn't. But I can help clear his name now. So you'll testify? Madison asked. He nodded. It's time, he said. Past time. The next morning, the boardroom felt more like a courtroom. Madison walked in, wearing a simple navy dress and flat shoes, hair pulled back, chin high. Ethan walked beside her in the only suit he owned, borrowed from his cousin, the name Blake still on his badge, but the truth sitting in his spine. Victor lounged at the head of the table, a little too relaxed. Well, well, he said. The happy couple. Ready for your exit interviews? Good morning, Victor, Madison said calmly. Good morning, everyone. She turned to the board. I'm here today to present evidence of massive fraud and corruption inside this firm, she said. If you'll allow me, I'd like to start with a story. Spare us the theatrics, Victor snapped. You're trying to save your skin by slinging mud. Sit down, Victor, one of the older board members said sharply. Let her speak. Madison nodded her thanks and connected her laptop to the screen. Emails, wire transfers, contract copies. Victor's name over and over. Over the past 18 months, she said, Victor has routed more than $12 million through shell companies, inflating our project costs, bribing inspectors, and jeopardizing our reputation with the city. This is fabricated nonsense, Victor snarled, thrown together with her lover the janitor to cover their little leak operation. Ethan stepped forward. I'm not a janitor, he said quietly. Well, I am, but I'm also Ethan Hall, son of Daniel Hall. A stunned silence fell. Daniel Hall, one board member repeated. The man who was framed by Edward Cole, Ethan said, voice steady. I have documents showing how my father's company was destroyed to clear the way for Edward. Inspections falsified, judges bribed, all while people like Mr. Price were threatened into silence. Price, standing near the back of the room, took a shaky step forward. It's true, he said. I was on the review panel. I saw discrepancies. I kept quiet. Edward told me if I spoke up, he'd go after my wife's treatment, my kids' college funds. I chose my family over the truth. I've regretted it every day. He fixed his gaze on the board. Edward Cole ruined an honest man to get what he wanted, he said. Now his son is doing the same thing here. I won't stay silent this time. Madison clicked to the next slide. Bank records showing Harborview Holdings tied directly to Victor's private LLC. If this is all fake, she said, then perhaps Victor can explain why city payments line up exactly with transfers into his shell companies, or why inspectors on our project suddenly started paying off their mortgages in cash. Victor's mask cracked. This is a witch hunt, he shouted, organized by a CEO who couldn't handle the job and her ex-con janitor boyfriend. My father died in prison, Ethan said quietly. I've never been convicted of anything, but if you want to talk convictions... He pulled a folder from his bag and laid it on the table. These are statements from inspectors and city clerks who admit to taking bribes from your family, he said. They're ready to cooperate with the DA. The board murmured louder now, anger replacing confusion. The door opened. 2 plainclothes officers stepped in. Victor Cole? One asked. Victor went pale. You can't be serious, he said. You're under arrest for fraud, embezzlement, and bribery, the officer said. You have the right to remain silent. As they cuffed him, Victor twisted to glare at Madison. This isn't over, he spat. I'll take you down with me. Those photos will ruin you. Let them, Madison said, voice steady. I have nothing left to hide. The door closed behind him. Silence. Then the board chair cleared his throat. Ms. Reed, he said, on behalf of this firm, thank you. You've just saved us from a catastrophe. If you feel I should step down because of everything else, she began. Absolutely not, he said. You've shown more integrity in the past 2 weeks than some people show in their entire careers. The scandal will pass. The work you just did won't. He looked at Ethan. "And as for you, Mr. Hall," he said, "I'm sorry for what happened to your father. We will cooperate fully in clearing his name." Ethan nodded, throat tight. "Thank you," he said. 6 months later, a new sign went up on a renovated brick building in Brooklyn. Reed and Hall, studio architecture, with a conscience. Inside, cameras flashed as reporters crowded the small lobby. "Ms. Reed," one asked, "is it true your co-founder used to work as a janitor in your old firm?" Madison smiled. "Yes," she said. "And he taught me something no boardroom ever could, that the most important people in a building are often the ones we don't see, the ones in uniforms we ignore." "And you two are?" another reporter asked, eyebrow raised. "Partners," Ethan said. Then he glanced at Madison and added, "In every sense." That night, after everyone left, they stood by the big front window, looking out at the city that had tried to break them. "We did it," Madison said, resting her head against his shoulder. "We did," Ethan replied, wrapping an arm around her. "Dad would have loved this place." "He'd be proud of you," she said, "not just for clearing his name, for refusing to stay invisible." She tipped her head back to look at him. "What do we do now?" she asked. He smiled. "Now," he said, "we build, together, the way we should have the first time." He kissed her, slow and sure, as the city lights reflected in the glass. Two people who'd lost 12 years, finally choosing each other, scars and all. Maybe you've never shouted at someone because you thought they were judging you. Maybe you've never discovered that the nobody in the corner was actually the person who once knew you better than anyone else. But maybe you have judged someone based on their job, their clothes, or the floor they work on. Hidden parts of yourself because you were afraid the world would use them against you. Wondered if it was too late to fix a mistake you made years ago. Madison and Ethan's story quietly reminds us. The people we overlook often see more than we think. The secrets we bury don't stay buried forever, and it's never too late to tell the truth, even if your voice shakes. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever misjudged someone at first glance, only to discover there was so much more to their story? Or have you ever felt invisible, even while you were holding everything together? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs today. And if this story moved you, please subscribe to Extraordinary Stories. Hit the like button, share this video with someone who believes in second chances, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next story.